My crew! We're going to look at the absolute worst cards from some of the greatest mechanics in Magic the Gathering. And we're going to start off with a fantastic suggested by Old Boy, the Furnace Dragon. The Furnace Dragon has affinity. Now, affinity for artifacts. And you should be scared of that, but maybe not scared of the Furnace Dragon. Because it does cost triple red and six generic. So, I mean, you can't cheat on the triple red. I'm telling you that right now. And it's a 5/5 flyer. And when it comes into play, if you played it from your hand, remove all artifacts from the game. That's terrible. So, I mean, the very thing that brought this thing life, you actually have to destroy. I'm very sorry, Furnace Dragon, but you burned up. You basically bit the hand that feed you here. Now we have Aioli Washington with the scale of... Was this Chisgoria? What on earth is that? It's a 3-mana artifact. Also has affinity for artifacts. So don't worry, we're not looking for the absolute worst of all worst. There's plenty of probably terrible affinity cards. You may play a scale of Chisgoria anytime you could play an instant. So it's got flash speed. Tap target creature gets +0/+1 until end of turn. Good God! Okay, so in theory, it could be a free way to buff your opponent, like one of your own creatures, by like +0/+1. Oh, you thought you had a clean block? Well, think again. It wasn't so clean after all. It's not a trade. It's a 1 for 0, I guess. But they'll know about the scale for forever. Next up, we got CSDX with Shivan Gorge. Okay, Shivan Gorge, a legendary land. A tap to add a generic. And for 3 mana tap, Shivan Gorge deals 1 damage to each opponent. What was this from? This was from some sort of cycle. Tapped out a colorless, a legendary land. It's from Urza's Saga. So it was this no, I don't think this was the beginning of like lands that dealt damage, but it's an old one. Was it part of like a legendary series? I do have to say, of all the lands in Urza's Saga, this one's awful. You know, from the world of Tlayern Academy of Gaia's Cradle, Shivan Gorge takes the pits. Next up, let's take a look at Christopher B's Sentinel Eyes. Sentinel Eyes. Remember, everyone, if you want to participate to the show, just think of a great mechanic you can think of. Double Strike, Affinity, maybe free pitch spells, and then just think, what's the worst card of all those cards? Sentinel Eyes is a white aura enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has Vigilance. Oh, Escape for a white. Exile 2 other cards from your graveyard. What many auras are going to end up being on this show? Well, I totally forgot about this card. So Escape, pretty powerful mechanic for recurring things from your graveyard repeatedly. Don't know if you want to bring the aura back. The aura that only it does give Vigilance, though. Good in draft, I suppose. Not good here. All right, next up, we've got Meme Bruley with the Forceful Denial. Sounds like a counterspell. Sounds like a very bad counterspell. Oh my God, it's a counterspell Cascader. I didn't know this thing exists. This is so bad. Because, like, if you're in a blue deck, so it's just 5 mana for a counterspell already is one of the worst rates possible. But then what are you going to cascade into? What, another counterspell? I guess so you can double counter the spell that you're countering, but that's completely worthless. It's not really, Cascade is synonymous with, like, 2-for-1ing people. And we're just double teaming on one particular card if we hit it. There's a lot of reactive cards in blue decks I think this would not pair well with. You'd have to have basically 1 Forceful Denial in your deck, and then there's a bunch of permanents, and then maybe it would work out quite well. Next up, we've got a Magnum Opus Gold with Scattershot. How do I shot web? Scattershot is a 3-mana instant. Scattershot deals 1 damage to target creature and Storm. You know what? If this is the worst Storm card, it is literally still pretty good. It can be a board wipe. But I guess it's just strictly worse Grape Shot, because Grape Shot does the exact same thing. And for less mana. And more versatile. Can go face. CSD. Imprisoned. I think people still play Imprisoned in the Moon. It's like, so you could look at it as a bad pacifism, but you could also look at it like, what does blue have for removal? Like hard removal. And Imprisoned in the Moon is one of them. 3 mana aura, enchant creature, land, or planeswalker, and I'm also going to hit anything. Can Pacifism hit the Planeswalkers? I think this probably is a little too good, actually. It's like a very... For blue, it's great. It's actually quite good. Maybe for white, it's like, that's garbage. Absolute junk. But it was given to blue. Okay, that's okay. You can try again. Okay, dangerous one with Astral Steel. We need more steel around here. 3 mana instant. Target creature gets +1/+2 until enter end. Okay, that has got to be one of the worst Storm cards. It's not even removal. It's a weird pump spell. Maybe it could work in a prowess deck. Like, I'm trying to think, in what world would anyone want to rattle off a bunch of spells and then play some sort of pump spell? Maybe prowess decks. A Boros prowess deck could probably use this. And it still wouldn't even be the best card in their deck. They'd be better off not playing it whatsoever. Very, very cool suggestion. Bolt with Karuga. The absolute worst mechanic. Is it? No. Maybe this is the worst one. Of the companion mechanic, where your starting deck has some sort of function. Has a restriction, and then you get this thing for free in your sideboard. So this was the 5 mana 5/4. When Karuga, the macro sage, enters the battlefield, draw a card for each other permanent you control with converted mana cost 3 or greater. Okay, I do think that this is one of the worst cards in that cycle. But I do believe there are even more worse cards in that cycle. There were a lot of, as broken as the commanders were, there were a lot of stinkers in those companions. As broken as the companions were, there were a lot of stinkers in there. We got Divine Demigod with Tilda, Dawnheart Martyr. Didn't this see play? I could swear this actually saw play. I could be wrong. So this is a 3 mana. What made this so bad? So it was a 3 mana flying lifelink protection from vampires. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of permanents. I think for Disturb, there were worse Disturb cards out there. I think there had to have been worse Disturb cards. I swear this saw some play in like Pioneer Spirits or something. I think this is too strong. Look, we have flying. It's got lifelink. Power and toughness each equal to the number of permanents you control their spirits and or enchant. Oh, I see. So okay, so it's of the Disturb mechanic. Okay, I think I'm thinking of this way too narrowly. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen this in a Spirits deck, but if you're not in a Spirits deck, it is hard to build around. It's super clunky and awkward. I thought it was just a bit too creature specific. Well, that's the point. You get the payoff for playing the spirits, being one with the dead. Okay, well, I'm gonna count. I'll sort of count it. Stormy Cat with Resounding Scream. I'm sure there's some really bad Disturb cards out there, though. Resounding Scream, a 3 mana sorcery. Oh, it's got cycling. We all love cycling, don't we? Now, do we like cycling? Cycling for 8 mana? That's a lot of mana. Is that the most expensive cycling card in the game? Like, maybe there's like 8 generic mana, but will it like Grixis colors? Okay, what does this card do? Sorcery. Target player discards a card at random. 3 mana, just dump one of their cards. When you cycle a Resounding Stream, target player discards 2 cards at random. Are they even going to have cards left in their hand? It's the real question, chat. And the answer is going to be no. I have a feeling they're going to have nothing. Do you know who's going to scream? Your opponent for playing this card in your deck. That's what's going to happen when you play Resounding Scream. Okay, we got Nick with Dark Steel Relic. Was this the indestructible card? Okay, some people will take I agree. Some people will take great offense to this because you can enchant this with like Insult Artifact. You can turn it into a creature, and then it has indestructible, right? Dark Steel Relic is indestructible. I think it's too much work. I think there are better artifacts. I think there are artifacts that you can play that, do a little something. A little something. They clean the bathroom a little bit. They pick up after themselves. They have a purpose. They're doing their chores. This card does nothing. It literally does nothing by itself. So I think if you're going to Insult Artifact anything, you have better options than Dark Steel Relic. A lot of Magic players out there, they just got this fascination with indestructible, with my creature's indestructible. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's impossible. It's not going to get killed. It's not going to get exiled or bounced or or turned into like a rock, or my enchantment's gonna get destroyed, it's just completely invincible. Next up, we've got Toad. Want to get in on the morph action. Mischievous. Quanar? I should have just looked up the Quanar. Thank you for not giving me that stupid 8 mana one that, you know, it's overused. All right, we're seeing a new terrible morph card today. It's a 5 mana 3/3. It's sort of cute. Looks like you could have it as a pet. It reminds me of a lot of little toys that I would get in my cereal box when I was a kid. And for 5 mana, turn Mischievous Quanar face down. Why would we want to do that? It does have like a Megamorph ability, so it has a morph for 3. When Mischievous Quanar is turned face up, copy target instant or sorcery spell. Oh, you may choose new targets with a copy. That is so clunky and so face up. Everyone's gonna know that's gonna happen. You turn it face down, no one's gonna do anything. Doesn't even see play and cheer. Oh yeah, the Dark Steel Puck. Z-Man Vader, the Grave Shell Scarab. I thought this would be from the Egyptian set. Whatever that was called. Can't remember anymore. Okay, Grave Shell Scarab. For 5 mana, it's a 4/4 insect. Pay 1, sacrifice Grave Shell Scarab, draw a card. Well, the bonus of this card, if it ever somehow... Does it get into the battlefield? No, it cannot enter the battlefield. So, okay, it's borderline useless on the battlefield because it's cost 5 mana. Borderline useless in your graveyard because it's Dredge 1. This is probably one of the... Dredge, one of the most dangerous mechanics in all of Magic the Gathering. I agree, this is one of the worst enablers. Nick says, Scornful Egotist does not deserve to be considered the worst morph creature. It has niche CMC synergies. Too niche, though. Way too niche. What I was thinking... Oh, Amonkhet. Thanks so much, Jess. I was thinking of Amonkhet. We've been everywhere in Magic the Gathering. We've been everywhere metaphorically in Magic the Gathering, and now we're going everywhere literally. We got Round Wave Crusher with Bloodbraid Marauder. Bloodbraid Marauder. Oh, Delirium. It can't block for a 3/1. But you got Delirium. You got 4 card types in your graveyard. Let me tell you what you do. This spell has Cascade as long as it... Wow, really? That is like... That's... Oh, but you can only Cascade into 1-drops. But you still can Cascade. I do what? This card is so bad, I never heard of it. And it's been out for 3 years from Modern Horizons 2. This just completely... how do I put it? It slipped through the cracks. Like, I have not heard of this card through news or anything. No one had any appreciation for this card, and still no appreciation. You know, honestly, it doesn't look that bad to me. Because you get like a free spell. What's it called? That Raptor. What is that Raptor? Amped Raptor got banned for being basically a 2-for-1. This had first strike though, and it could block. This poor guy can't block, no first strike. I guess that's the difference around here. Cascade into 1? Well, all the best 1-drops are 1 mana. You could get a Ragavan or a Lightning Bolt. Can't get anything, but you can get, you know, really good stuff. Mapius with Autumn Willow. If Shroud counts, absolutely Shroud counts. That's a mechanic. So for 6 mana, we have a 4/4 with Shroud for a green. Until end of turn, Autumn Willow can be the target of spells or abilities controlled by target player as though it didn't have Shroud. Yeah, how could we not consider this the worst card for Shroud? It's literally the only Shroud card where you can, like, make the creature lose Shroud. Your opponents have power over it, as if it didn't have Shroud in the first place. But they knew how broken Shroud was back then. Look at that, was balance. Balance as it should be. All Shroud creatures should be able to be turned off for some sort of cost, whether it be 2 mana, 3 mana. Although I do see it's you have to pay green. So the ways of the forest, they know how to get through this thing. The term you are looking for, bro, is lame. I don't know what card you're talking about, but I believe you. Okay, Leyline of Transformation from Kano. Transformation. You would say this is one of the fastest cards in the game, and quickly one of the worst cards in the game. 4 mana for an enchantment. Now, if it's in your opening hand, you can begin with it in play. And as Leyline of Transformation enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type in addition to the other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Worthless. I guess, I don't know where you want to play this type of card. The thing is, if you're playing a deck that is just loaded with random creature types, if you don't have this card in your hand, your deck is super junk. Way too, how do I put it? Way too high variance. We got Chris Maple, Nikachu. I have a like. Sorry, I have to go to other streams. I'm currently watching, so I'm just popping in like. Thanks so much, Chris. It's all good. Next, Mapia says, you turn off Shroud for your own Autumn Will so you can buffer or whatever. That is ridiculous. She's pretty big already as it is. Adeptus with Sicarian Infiltrator. Because Squad. Yeah, you would like Squad, wouldn't you? You got the whole 40k avatar thing going on. You like to dress up as 40k for Halloween? I wouldn't doubt it. Cosplayers, I'm thinking all the 40k players. Yes! It's come to Magic. We can cosplay as 40k characters at events. Okay, we have the Sicarian Infiltrator. It's a 3-mana 1/2 human soldier. Flash and Squad 2. Okay, so is this so bad? When Sicarian Infiltrator enters the battlefield, draw a card. This is the worst of all the Squad cards? As a blue player, I'm like, this is awesome. This is great. And you can play this at flash speed. And it's an artifact creature. In fact, I should have this in my Urza deck. This is awesome. This is such a great payoff. 1,000,000 cards. If I have like 1,000,000 mana, I got to write that down. The Sicarian Infiltrator. All right. If other people don't appreciate this card, I will. I will give it some love. There's always a deck for Sicarian Infiltrator. Sicarian Infiltrator is good, though. I don't know. Maybe it's the worst of the Squad cards. I really can't say, because I don't know what every single Squad card is. Okay, we have Kakola with Grazing Gladeheart. It is possible. This is the worst cards from Great Mechanics. It is possible that the worst card from a Great Mechanic is still a pretty good card. Okay, but we're moving on to Grazing Gladeheart, a 3-mana 2/2 landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 2 life. It seems like they've reprinted the crap out of this card. It seems a bit of a stinker to me. I'm a little suspicious this is one of the worst landfall cards, but I could be wrong. Maybe it is just the worst. What's going on over here? Okay, next. Steve says, there are a few Leyline of Transformation. Also, there is a funny thing you can pick Werewolf to have it let Waxing Moon transform Avatar Aang. That's super high-level tech right there. Too high-level for me. Rakdos with Kervex Spite. Kervex Spite. We have triple black instant. Sacrifice all permanents. Discard your hand. Target player loses 5 life. What is the mechanic? Is the sack all permanents mechanic? There might be a mechanic like that. Sacrifice all permanents at instant speed. Get some effect. Discard your hand. I think actually this might be the best of that effect though, because in a, well, I don't know how you squeeze triple black in a burn deck, but it's just the last card you play before you finish them off. Next up, let's get, who has no card yet? Anyone hasn't? Bryce, I don't think has a card. Tybalt the Fiend-Blooded Plain. That's a card type. That's not a mechanic. That's a card type. Okay, next up, let's take, I guess we're going to no 2 cards yet. We'll take Magnum Opus Gold with the Marrow Grime Blotter. The Untap mechanic, a very unloved mechanic. 4 mana for a 2/2 Merfolk Wizard, and for 2 mana, an untapping target creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn. This is the most limited of all limited cards possible. Oh my god! Everyone, we have been bestowed by one of the greatest suggestions of all time. Thanks. Bob Talks Bridge comes out of not retirement, but Bob Talks Bridge is one of the most, how do I put it? A crew member that is here for so many shows, but rarely speaks up during a show. but decides to speak up today. Thanks for your suggestion, Bob Talks Bridge. The Rage Extractor. The Phyrexian mana should be scary, but maybe not this one. So the cheapest it can be is 4 mana. Whenever you cast a spell with Phyrexian and its mana cost, Rage Extractor deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost to target creature or player. Oh, if you cast a spell with Phyrexian in the cost. This is probably the most expensive Phyrexian mana card. And it also sees no play. Nothing as far as I'm concerned. 16 cents if anyone wants it. It's pennies. Absolute pennies. All right. Burn hard with Mirror Golem. Mirror Golem. Whoop. Mirror Golem, a 6 mana 3/4. Oh, it's got imprint. We love imprint, don't we? How about this imprint card? Comes into play, you may remove target card in a graveyard from the game. Not bad. Okay, Mirror Golem has protection from each of the imprinted cards' card types. Oh! It is a very clunky True Name Nemesis. The card types are Artifact, Creature, Enchantment, Instant, Land, and Sorcery. Imagine exiling a land and having protection from lands. I guess it could work if I'm trying to auto-war this damn thing. Or, yeah, that's about it. Oh, I get it. But also in combat, I can attack through the land creatures. Oh, we got more people in the house. We got Bernhard. Oh, no. I just did your Mirror Golem. It's all good. Indiana Jones, Whim of Volrath. Who is Volrath? Sounds like a very bad guy. Oh, buyback. I love buyback. They should bring buyback back. We need to bring back buyback. Even sounds good. Just the sound of bringing it back. So blue instant, buyback of 2. Change the text of target permanent by replacing all instances of one color, word, or basic land type with another until end of turn. Wah, wah, wah. So for example, you can change non-red creature to non-green. Really mess with people. Next up, we've got a Blackbird with Set Adrift. Set Adrift is a Delve card for 6 mana. Put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library at sorcery speed. I think that's pretty strong. It's probably the worst Delve card that they made. Is there nothing worse? That's probably one of the worst on the low side. I bet there is some like really clunky creature though that no one's even heard of. Putting non-land permanents on top of somebody's deck, it's like almost like stealing. It's like bounce and hand discard because you deny them of their draw step. I guess at sorcery speed, it's just a little too awkward and uninteractive. Yeah, we gotta buy back. What? Buy back? What the hell? People are confusing me. Buyback was last brought back in Time Spiral. We need to go back. Okay, Jess wants to be part of the show. Whispers of the Muse. Also a buyback with worst cost. Yeah, just a reminder, just because someone mentioned a mechanic, you can also mention a mechanic from the same cycle. It's not the worst magic card of each cycle. It's just the worst magic cards of the great mechanics, not cycles, mechanics. So this one we have a buyback of 5. No, I don't think so. So for 6 mana I can draw a card. That's it. I don't feel like getting my mana. I don't think again my mana's worth here. I get ripped off. John with Safehold Elite. The worst persist card ever. Okay, for 2 mana, it's a 2/2 with persist. This is the worst? I'm gonna have to believe you here. It's got no abilities. I'll give you that. It's Grizzly Bear with persist. But Grizzly Bear in 2 colors. You know? You're not playing green, you can play white. You're not playing white, you could play green. It's that simple. Maybe you can play both. Go Selesnya. Well, Selesnya action going on here. Argentina with Serpent Generator. Do we generate serpents? We're putting some goo into the machine and out comes snakes. 6 mana artifact, pay 4 tap, put a 1/1 snake artifact creature token into play. This creature has, whenever this creature... What's the mechanic here? I'm disqualifying this. I don't see a mechanic. It's like a bad card. I don't get the mechanic. Oh, you got it. So you gotta mention me what this mechanic is. and then we can do it. Trent Sims, Sister Repentia. It's a miracle. The worst miracle card? Oh, this should be good. What's the agenda today? We're looking at the worst cards from awesome mechanics. Think of great mechanics that you like. What's the worst card from them? So Miracle is insane. You know, heard of Terminus? Heard of Times? Well, I think it's Time Stop. There's some Time Walk card in Miracle with the Miracle mechanic. And now we have Sister Repentia. Oh, this is a 5/1 creature. When Sister Repentia dies, you gain 2 life and draw 2 cards. That sounds crazy. Otherwise, you have to Miracle it in play for 2 mana. If it's the first card you draw for the turn, this card looks good to me. Is it just bad because, like, 5... Even at 5 mana for a 5/1 that, like, draws me 2 cards looks okay to me. I like it. Oh, poison counters? Oh, there was some poison here? Ah, okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna reread. I'm like, you know, I'm glazing the card, looking for like some mechanic. I don't see nothing here. So okay, 4 mana, tap, put a 1/1 snake artifact creature token into play. When this creature deals damage to a player, that player gets a poison counter. I guess you could say that is the absolute slowest poison card in all of Magic the Gathering. All right, Argentina has been redeemed. The crew caught that one. That's your job. You got to catch my stupidity. Okay, next super chat we got from Raktus. Warping Worm. Surely there must be some phasing fans out there. Who loves phasing? Warping Worm is a 4 mana 1/1. Was phasing any good? I almost disqualify this based on the mechanics suggested. I don't know if there's a single good phasing card out there. During your upkeep, you can pay 4, or Warping Worm phases out. When Warping Worm phases in, put a +1/+1 counter on it. This is like the worst card from the worst mechanics. I'm sorry, I gotta donate this one. There's no world where phasing was ever good. It was a bad mechanic all along. I don't know how they even brought it back. Okay, we're gonna give you one via autism. Let's give you Surging Dementia. What's dementia rates going up? Is that what it means? No, wait, I can see the dementia surging. 2 mana, sorcery, Ripple 4. Target player discards a card. Yeah, it's sort of bad because even if you rippled into more surging dementias, there is a point where your opponent could have no cards left, and it's pointless to have even more. Also, it's a really bad commander card. Super terrible. Runwave Crusher, in what world is commutative upkeep a great mechanic? We want great mechanic. We're looking for the worst cards from great mechanics. The mechanic must be good. It must be a good mechanic. Ripple, god awful. Well, there was at least one. Maybe Ripple was a bad mechanic. If you're disqualifying this thing too. I can't think of a good Ripple card, except if you like cheat on the rules and have like if you can play an unlimited number of Ripple cards, then Ripple becomes good. Otherwise, it's pretty poor. It's pretty poor. If this was the best cards from terrible mechanics, we could have had Braids of Fire. Well, we'll do that another day, Nick. That's a great. I like that idea. The best cards from worst mechanics. The best cards from worst mechanics. You're a genius! You're a genius! I like that idea. Thrumming Stone is the only good Ripple card. Okay, good. There was at least one good Ripple card. Thrumming Stone is cool for Ripple, but it's pretty niche. Oh, it's seen niche play, that's for sure. Okay, we're gonna look at more of your terrible Magic the Gathering cards from awesome mechanics. But I'll tell you where you're gonna get them from. You're gonna get them all from FusionGamingOnline.com. Not to mention, if you're a dice aficionado, you got 20% off all dice this week. But if not, you can go get your sealed product and singles from Avatar: The Last Airbender, Spider-Man, Edge of Eternities, Final Fantasy, and sets beyond. You better believe I dip into Modern Horizons 3, Modern Horizons 2, Modern Horizons 1 for my Commander and Modern decks. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, and I know you do, and I'd really appreciate it if you support the channel. Use coupon code Nikachu at checkout. It supports me and gets you 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on the digital client Magic Online. You can play any deck you want when you're renting cards, any format, at any time you want. You support the channel using coupon code Nikachu_JUP to get 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And back to the worst cards. So we all know how much you love worst cards. It's always fun to see the worst. There's also a lot of original bad cards in here. Okay, then, okay, who has no card yet? No card. I don't see anyone with no card. Maybe everyone's got a card? Was Mutate any good? Because I say Regal. Okay, well, the answer is no. Regal. Okay, well, let's go look at the worst card here. I want to see a worst card anyway. This was the worst Mutate card? I agree. I never heard of this one. 2 mana for a 2/2. When the mutates, other creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. The power of the dinosaurs and the power of the cats. Okay, Christopher B is just desperate to get a second one, and I don't blame him. Goblin Airbrusher? It's a treasure? Okay, this is an Airbrusher. It's a Goblin employee. Whenever you place a sticker, create a treasure token. If it's an art sticker, instead create 2 treasure tokens. I'm confused. I don't know if this card's any good or not. Little Deadfly coming with the Amulet of Quaz. Worst anti-card. That is a very dubious mechanic. Little Deadfly. I guess at the time, some people probably like their anti. 6 mana for an artifact. I mean, hey, I'm not going to blame you. Humanity loves gambling. In fact, you could say Magic the Gathering is completely founded on gambling. Remove this card from your deck before playing if you're not playing for ante. Tap, sack it. Target opponent may ante the top card of their library. If they don't, you flip a coin. If you win the flip, that player loses the game. Good God. If you lose the flip, you lose the game. Ante or turn this game into a coin toss. This is the most illegal card of all illegal cards that could possibly be in Magic the Gathering. You've got gambling involved. You got the ante, and then you are deciding the game on chance. By today's standards, illegal. Go to jail. Okay, John with Blink Moth Infusion, worst affinity card. We already looked at quite a few affinity cards. Well, this is not that bad. So double blue and 12 generic, instant affinity for artifacts. Untap all artifacts. In the right deck, they want more. They want more manas. If you can tap for 20, this card can untap. You stack more mana. I will admit this is. You already have a lot of mana. Oh no, sorry, but you get to play this for free if you have a lot of artifacts in play. Get to play it for free. It's very win more, but good if you're winning. Yeah. So you're just proving the point. It's good if you're winning. Little Deadfly is like, I'm from Las Vegas, so I like my gambling cards. I didn't know the people of Las Vegas got high on their own supply. I always thought there's like the gambling is for the tourists. Ha! We're better than those tourists. Just, throwing all their money away into our city. Everyone's got to get a little gamble in them, I guess. Okay, Toads wants the second card. Slash Panther. Another Phyrexian card. So for 4 mana and 2 life, we have a 4/2, and it's just got haste. That's it. You know, 4 mana for a 4/2 with haste sucks today. So I don't even know why I would want to pay 4 mana and 2 life to have a 4/2 haste creature. Okay, Redemption. Umori the Collector. We did that. We did that one. I'm sorry. Sorry, Bryce. It's been done. There's gotta be another I swear there's another companion that is pure dog crap. Nick says, should have made a functional non-anti reprint of Amulet of Quaz. No, it would still be illegal. They would never do that. Deciding games on dice rolls and coin flips. If you if you're like part of the competitive side of Magic the Gathering, you'd know within the rules policy that is a big no-no. No, they don't like that. No, judges, if they hear you say anything like dice, coin flip, hey, you want to flip a coin? Hey, they're like, they teleport there. They'll be there before you can finish your sentence to make sure they don't have to disqualify you. Mega Mika with Mishra's War Machine. Oh, the original. I don't even know if I want to count this. So I'm assuming you're treating this like a vehicle. Banding is a pretty good mechanic, but I don't think you're here for the banding. At the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 3 damage to you, unless you discard a card. If it deals damage to you this way, tap it. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. There's like another card where you can like crew it. I mean, you just tap creatures or whatever. Okay, Beatism with a Herald of Leshrac. That's my contribution to this episode. Thought you already contributed. Cumulative upkeep. That is a very bad mechanic. That is in no way a good mechanic. Name me a good cumulative upkeep card. Cumulative upkeep in almost every situation is a very bad thing. Very, very bad. Aeoli Washington with Spell Satchel. Magecraft? It's okay, 2 mana, artifact with Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, put a book counter on this. That sounds good. What do the book counters do? We can tap remove a book counter from Spell Satchel, add a colorless. That's not bad. So it's like, I guess it's a mana rock that you have to work to get the mana. And for 3 mana, tap remove 3 book counters from Spell Satchel to draw a card. Yeah, I guess this is just a bad Magecraft card. Super clunky. Next. I didn't read it. No, I know what this card does, but the thing is, so like, okay, what is it? It gets +1 for each land you control but don't own. When it leaves play, each player gains control of each land they own and they don't control. But the problem is, cumulative upkeep is a bad mechanic. So this has to be great. This is a great mechanic show, all right? Cumulative upkeep is a bad mechanic. I understand what it does. I know that card. Next super chat we got from Call of Duty. Not Doodle. Greetings from the Jersey Shore. Keeping up with the great content. No Bushi. Thanks so much, Call of Duty. Show from Canada. Okay, next. Okay, will we have to donate that wonderful super chat from Call of Duty? I have a feeling a very big fan of pugs over there. And we'll give it to Bryce. Pact of the Titan. You can have the super chat. Pact of the Titan. Is this the worst? 0 mana instant. We get a 4/4 red giant creature token at the beginning of your next upkeep. Pay 5. If you don't, you lose the game. So essentially, we can get in advance a 4/4 red giant creature. I guess to block, but you still have to pay 5 mana for this thing. I guess it's best. It's probably best in a limited environment where, yeah, you can just make some giant surprise blocker. A 4/4 creature is not that bad in limited. But in the grand scheme of things, I still don't want to be paying 5 mana for my 0-drop. Sorry, 5 mana for my 4/4. We got Pascal Luminger with Infiltrator Core. Shadow? Shadow is underrated. Underrated mechanic. And Shadow gets a little bit better when there's not that many good Shadow creatures around. 5 mana for a 3/1. Suspend for 2 mana and has Suspend 2. Good God. It's like impossible to get this stupid thing in play. Why even try? Why is it? Okay, why is it this thing costs 5 mana for a 3/1, but then you got Dothy Voidwalker, which is a 2 mana 3/2 with a million extra abilities attached. Seems that this thing got cut short on abilities. Stormy Cat with Taro's Vanguard. Sorry, this is Taro's Vanguard, not Tarot. Draft card? Yeah, well, I mean, most of these cards are draft cards, if you think hard enough about it. Okay, for 4 mana, we have a 2/3, and you can play Taro's Vanguard anytime. You could play an instant. Okay, so it's got the flash mechanic. Also, it's Threshold, which is really good. When Taro's Vanguard comes into play, creatures you control gain protection from black until end of turn. So that is a really, really awkward hate card. Super awkward. Get protection from black. Like, what are you gonna do? Gang block a mono black zombie deck or something? Name a good cumulative upkeep card. I know, Braid of Fire. Look, I said there was very, very few. Cumulative upkeep by default is garbage. And by the way, when they designed Braid of Fire, it wasn't supposed to be good. Okay, there was mana burn at the time. Steve Cooper with auto. I can never. Autochthon Worm. The Autochthon Worm. So simple to pronounce. 7 mana. Well, it's got Convoke, but it's a 9/14 with Trample. It's got Convoke, everyone. Well, you just have to get a bunch of tokens out in play. And also you need green and white tokens on top of that. Bring back the burn. You want to bring back mana burn? You can always rule 0 that in your home game. Oh, Mercenaries are making a good point. Jotun Grunt is a pretty good cumulative upkeep card. I like that. The best cards from the worst mechanics. Jotun Grunt can be one of the first ones on that show. Such a good idea. What's the topic? We're looking at the worst Magic the Gathering cards from good mechanics. In this case, Convoke. This is a very chonky Convoker. I think by the time you convoke this thing in play, this is the type of card that's just in your hand when you lose the game. That's just what ends up happening. We got John. Scorn for Egotist. The most expensive of the morph cards. Arethusa. Gonti's Aetherheart. It's not Aetherworks Marvel. At least it's a colorless extra turn. 6 mana legendary artifact. Whenever Gonti's Aetherheart or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, we get energy. Okay. So it's an energy card. Pay, was it 1 for 8? Yeah, we're paying 8 energy. Exile Gonti's Aetherheart. Take an extra turn after this one. Is this really the worst energy card? I'll get an extra turn out of this thing. Pay. Oh, but we do have to get rid of this. Oh, so we... Okay, do you know what? I completely agree with you. So, I mean, when we do the math, I'm spending 6 mana on this. Now, maybe there are some decks out there, they don't have access to extra turns, like white or black or red. Sorry, red hat. White, black, or green in general. Some niche cards in green to gain extra turns. But, like, you still have to pay 6. And then you have to pay another 8 energy to get that extra turn. That is a lot of work. Way more work than we want to. Dinglebag with EU Midian. The hell is this? Terrabotanist? It's an insect for 2 mana. It's a 2/3 insect. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 1 life. The simple life. Very, very simple. It's a very humble way of living, all right? You play lands and you gain life all day. Michael Eng. Hey, Nikachu and Coffee Crew. Finally able to watch a stream after a long time. Welcome back, Michael Eng. I have been expecting you. I think while I was on vacation, a lot of people were waiting to get back into the show. Okay, we have Light Drift says, I'd argue Rise of the Eldrazi is the better colorless extra turn card. You get more effects, it can't be countered, and you don't have to store energy. Oh no, there's no debate there, Light Drift. You're 100% right. We're talking about the worst cards for certain things. And this Aetherheart is just the worst for everything. No, it's garbage. Stone cold garbage. Not the worst landfall. Was there a landfall that deals damage to you? This one doesn't. But also doesn't really harm the opponent either. I mean, it's Courser of Krufix, so it's okay. Well, Courser of Krufix is also a landfall gain life thing. Okay, next. Who are we looking for? Okay, we'll get another Christopher B special over here. Ghastly Remains. Does this draw cards? I want to say this is going to draw cards. Okay, I'm wrong. Triple black for a 0/0. Amplify 1. Was Amplify any good? I can't verify this on the fly. As this card comes into play, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each zombie card you reveal in your hand. That seems like a cool mechanic. I want that for Merfolk. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Ghastly Remains is in your graveyard, you can play triple black. If you do, return Ghastly Remains to your hand. I love it. I love this card. So why is it so bad? I guess the problem is if you have no cards in hand, this card is really downright shite. John with Hidden Path. All green creatures gain Forest Walk. The walk mechanic, the land walk mechanic. Green creatures hating on other green creatures. How poetic. There's not enough space in this forest for two of us. Indiana Jones with El Hajj from Arabian Nights was the first creature with lifelink. Really? And still don't remember anyone playing him. Wow, the first lifelinker, no recognition. That's terrible. Yeah, that's like a lot of things in life. Can anyone name us who invented Tetris? That's right. Probably only one of you. And all the people in the comments section had Googled it afterwards. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I cannot pronounce this name. We'll just LH. Big H. 3 mana for a 1/1. This is hilarious. It says gain 1 life for every 1 damage LH deals. You cannot gain more life in this way than the toughness of creatures or the total life of the player that LH damages. That's actually not true anymore, right? Okay, so they errated this thing. Whenever this creature deals damage, you gain that much life. It's not technically lifelink. Or does it? Whenever this creature deals damage, you gain that much life. No, maybe that's true. Maybe that is as worded. Because lifelink, you would just gain as much life, like if you have a 10 mana thing. Alexei something, he's Russian. Well, that's not very... There's so many Alexeis out there. You could have just thrown a random name for no reason. Okay, we got Raktus. Oh, someone's trying to make a... Going for the worst flyer possible. Avizoa. No one tried to go for the worst flying. Flying is one of the best mechanics ever. Okay, 4 mana for a 2/2 flyer. Skip your next untap step. No! Avizoa gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Uses the ability. You only get 1! This guy, I didn't need my untap step. It's overrated. Everyone's going for the... I don't need an untap step. I just need to keep drawing cards every turn. Keep me drawing cards, and we'll be good. Misread the prompt? Well, then have another one. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you, Big Mike. I look out for Big Mikes around here. Let's get another one for Bryce. Circle of Loyalty. I could call all of you that join this show every single day the Circle of Loyalty. This is a 6 mana legendary artifact. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each knight you control. Okay. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. And for 4 mana, tap, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the cost 1 less to cast for each something mechanic. You know, it looks like it's good. It's like mythic. It's got like 4 abilities on it. They all look pretty relevant. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, so like it has one ability where you get creatures for not spending any mana. Where are we going wrong here? Doesn't see play apparently. Too bad. Affinity for knight. Yeah, exactly. Affinity for knights. So basically has the affinity mechanic. Yeah, weird. I don't know. I guess the knight players, they just don't respect it. No respect. Next up, we've got Super Chat from another one from Call of Duty. What about Paranoid Delusions? This is the yeah, I know this is MTG Ectoplasm. I didn't know if you were just trying, you know, you were playing it sneaky on another account. You know, I'm not one to like dox people. Okay, Paranoid Delusions, a 2 mana sorcery. Target player puts the top 3 cards of their library into the graveyard and Cypher. I have to disclose, this is not a good mechanic. When was Cypher a good mechanic? So probably, this is a terrible card. Don't get me wrong. But it's got to be from good mechanics. So, the funny thing is, there's been a lot of Cypher cards that have been in competitive decks, but not because of the Cypher mechanic itself. Okay, I'm going to donate that Super Chat. Yeah, Cypher was awful. We're going to donate to Benjamin Berkey. Riptide Mangler. Where's my Mangler? What's the mechanic? Okay, it's a 2 mana 0/3. 2 mana, change Riptide's power to target creature's power. There wasn't even a mechanic attached to this. It's just a random card. Okay, Steve Thompson, see Star Scream. Okay, I'm giving you the super chat. Super chat's just getting passed along. Power hungry and tell me how this works, because even with the reverse side, it still confuses me on how it works. More than meets the eye. Well, I'm not here to explain how cards work. Oh, it's got living metal. Is there any mechanic on here that's good? I can't tell if this is a good or bad card. What's everyone's judgment on this? More than meets the eye for 3 mana. You can cast the card converted for 3 mana. Flying. Whenever you draw a card, if you're the Monarch... But Monarch... So if you're the well, you have to become the Monarch. Target opponent loses 2 life. Whenever one or more creatures deal combat damage to you, so if anyone deals combat damage to you, this thing gets converted. Becomes living metal. For as long as it's your turn, this vehicle is also a creature. Flying Menace Haste. Whenever Starscream deals combat damage to a player, if there is no Monarch, so no one's the Monarch, that player becomes the Monarch. Oh, so when you deal damage, someone becomes the Monarch. And the Monarch is... They get to draw an extra card every single turn, but if you deal damage to the Monarch, then you become the Monarch. Whenever you become the Monarch, convert Starscream. Okay, moving on. We've got... let's see. Light Drift. Ground Rift. Storm. We did a few Storm ones. Oh, we didn't do this one. This is a great example. What? We have a red sorcery. Target creature without flying can't block this turn. Good God. That is so much worse than the other two. This one doesn't even, like, kill creatures. It's impossible. Next up, we've got... Okay, Benjamin Berkey's going to try again. Wall of Deceit. Wall of Deceit is a 2-mana wall. 0/5 with Defender. 3 mana, turn Wall of Deceit face down. That's it? So we have 2 mechanics. Well, the good one, though, is the morph one. People love their morph. It's good. There's some good morph stuff out there. So all it does is turn face down. Oh, so we can upgrade it from a 0/5 to a 2/2 if necessary. Very strange upgrade. All right, we have big... Okay, we have Big Mike Super Chat. Who are we donating this to? Unholy... Hold on. What is Unholy Citadel? Big Mike said, did not follow the instructions. All your black legends gains banned with other legends. No, we can count this. What's wrong with this one? We're talking about banding. Banding is a strong mechanic. And this is just an awful card. It's just an absolute stone cold garbage card. It doesn't add mana. It's a banding card that depends on your black legendary creatures, which is a very narrow creature type. Yeah, one of the worst. Okay, Kano. We have Grozoth. What is this? Oh, Transmute! Transmute, one very, very strong mechanic. Okay, 9 mana for a 9/9 Leviathan. It's got Defender, though. When Grozoth comes into play, you may search your library for any number of cards that have converted mana cost 9. Reveal them and put them into your hand. If you do, shuffle that library. And then for 4 mana, Grozoth loses Defender until end of turn. God. Imagine spending all this mana for a creature that can't even attack. So you put up so much mana up front. Then you gotta spend more mana. Bans with other and banning is not the same ability. Oh, banding is actually really good. Most people just don't understand it works. Okay, banding is so strong it makes you forget how it functions even after explained several times. Black legendary creatures you shall have bands with other legends. Any legendary creatures can attack in a band as long as at least one bands with other legendary creatures. Bands are blocked as a group. What is the difference? Well, in this case, they're blocking as a band, and it seems that it's functionally working the same way. Do you get to deal the damage? You divide that creature's combat damage, not its control. Yeah, it's super strong. Unbelievably strong. It's just really weird to explain. That's the problem. David Sampson, Cosmic Horror. Cosmic Horror is a 6 mana 7/7 horror for strike. At the beginning of your upkeep, unless you pay 3 generic and triple black, sacrifice Cosmic Horror and it deals 7 damage to you. One of the greatest first strikers, sorry, one of the worst first strikers of all time. Where does it come from? Legends? Is it legendary? No, it's not. Damn, we can't give it bans with everything else. Bans with others used to work very differently. Oh, okay. To work the way... Okay, I see. So it traditionally... Originally, it was different. Now it's just better. Do we have anyone who has no card yet? I'm looking out for all of you. Argentina looking for a second card. Well of Razors. Razor Blades? This looks like a bunch of hands. It's a 2 mana 4/1, again with first strike. I don't know. This first striker doesn't seem nearly as bad as this one. It was a lot more expensive. At least this is a 2 mana 4/1. Okay. Who else do we have here? Toads wants Dothy Slayer. That was a classic. Dothy Slayer was like a staple, I think, of like Black Weenie back in the day. I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna find out where you live and I'm gonna cut you, says Dothy Slayer. Shadow. Each turn, Dothy Slayer attacks if able. As if, like, it's not like there's gonna be a lot of things blocking it in the first place, so it's gonna be okay. I guess, like, how bad can it be to attack every turn unless you're up against another Shadow deck? Like, it's not like Dothy Slayer can block. You could say it's one of the worst designs. Okay, next up. Does Razor Boomerang? Oh, abs. Oh no, equipment. Let me look at it. Is equipment? Equipment is a card type, unfortunately. Yeah, it's too much of a card type. More card type than mechanic. It goes beyond the text box. It's above everything else. Okay, who else? Okay, ooh, we have Veen here. For landfall, I may have a worse card. The Searing Blaze? Searing Blaze is one of the most busted red cards in all of Magic the Gathering. Well, is a very it was a tournament staple for an eternity, the Searing Blaze, because you could deal 3 damage to a creature and the opponent. Maybe it looks bad in Commander, but in one-on-one Magic, this card is such a beating. It's so frustrating to play against. So I don't think this is one of the worst of the landfall. It's one of the best landfalls. I have this terrible artifact, the Black Lotus. No, it's not so bad. Oh, well, if you think it's so bad, I mean, you can offload them to me. I don't mind. I'm taking Black Lotuses. I collect Black Lotuses. I love them that much. Oh, we have Toads with the Wall of Vipers. You don't usually super chat, Toads. You must really want this Wall of Vipers on the show. Three mana for a 2/4. Walls can't attack because it's got Defender. 3 mana, destroy Wall of Vipers and target creature it's blocking. Any player may play this ability. What's the mechanic, though? Defender? Is Defender one of the greatest mechanics? Maybe. Oh, Toad just got paid. It's always nice to be paid. Nice to have just been paid. I don't know. What's the mechanic here? It's pretty bad for a Defender. I'll give you that. Anyone can blow up this stupid card. Death Touch and Defender, but it doesn't have Death Touch. Any player, but why though? Suck up their mana. You spent 3. Actually, it's really weird. We spent 3 mana on this, and our opponent's just gonna spend 3 mana to blow it up. Oh, Benjamin Berkey has another card. Weaver of Lies. How many lies? Oop, I didn't spell that one. Okay, we have 7 mana for 4/4 Morpher. When the Weaver of Lies is turned face up, turn any number of target creatures with Morph other than Weaver of Lies face down. You're gonna have to repay that Morph cost. It's very good in the Morph mirror. And we have Trisaru with Sidisi. Regent of the Mire is quite restricted Reanimator. Incredibly restricted. 2 mana for a 1/3 zombie snake warlock. But there's no mechanic on here, right? Tap, sacrifice a creature you control with mana value X or other than Sidisi. Return target creature card with mana value X +1 from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh my god, it's like a crappy Reanimator birthing pod. Okay, we're gonna let how do you have no card yet? This is like your 3rd card. Do you know what NCY means? It means you didn't get a card on the show. What was it? Colossal Dread Mask? The living weapon mechanic. This is a great idea. Great suggestion. Colossal Dread Mask. 6 mana for living weapon is really strong. Great on Batterskull, Cauldron Complete, and I think a few other ones. This one, equipped creature gets +6/+6 and has trample, and you can equip for 5 mana. But have you ever heard of it? Wow, this is 3 cents. This is so cheap. Basically, you can get this. If you can't afford Cauldron Complete, can't get Batterskull, well, you could get yourself a Colossal Dread Mask. Be as scary as them on a budget. Budget beatdown. Let's get one more. Oh boy, Trailblazer's Torch. What is this? An equipment? The initiative. That was a very powerful mechanic. All right, so this is a 4 mana equipment. When Trailblazer's Torch enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. Not bad. Whenever equipped creature becomes blocked, it deals 2 damage to each creature blocking it. So you want to block me? We're going to take an extra 2 damage on top of that. All right, everybody. That's it for today. Hope everyone had fun. I did. And it inspired me to have some new shows. We're going to have the best cards from the worst mechanics in the future. All right, as usual, thanks for showing up at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, like every other day that we have this show. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much, my coffee crew, for being here today. People like Steve Cooper, Kano, Lil Deadfly, Arethusa, we got Scorcher, Benjamin, Berkey, Toads, Mercenary, Old Boy, Adaptus, Christopher B., Indiana Jones, Ractus, David Sampson, Bob Talks, Bridge, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing them coffees so that we can keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.